Hi, thank you for joining me for episode 3 of the Resiliency Map. In this episode, we'll focus on assembling a resiliency toolkit. In the prior episodes, we started by building out on our big wins, a firm foundation, times in which we were challenged. We persevered, we used our resilience, we got through, and we emerged victorious. Then from there, we went on an exercise to link these wins to people who are involved with those wins. I call these people our resiliency network. What I asked you to do for homework is to call these people, see how they're doing, what's happened since that challenge until now, and very importantly, what's going on in their lives now that they're having to deal with this current coronavirus crisis, how they're being impacted, how they're getting through it, if you can help them, if they can help you. All that is super important. I hope you use this experience and this interaction to learn more about your challenge, how you overcame it, how you're resilient, how that person helped you. All that is great information. Now what we'll do is we'll take those wins and link them to actions, traits, things we did, tools we used that helped us to get through those wins. These things are a resiliency toolkit. I hope you find this series helpful. If you do, please reach out to me. Let me know how it's impacting you. Ask me questions and share this with others. Last time I linked wins to people, a resiliency network. Now what we're going to do is link those wins to actions, traits, tools we used, a resiliency toolkit. I'll show you how right now. So what we'll do now is take some of my wins, detail them out so that we have some stuff to put into a resiliency toolkit. The first win I'll use are the retreats. As I said last time, over the past 10 years, I've taken time out to move forward. Use inspiration from others, go to a different place to figure out how I can move from where I was to where I am today. Here are some of the things I did. You'll notice how varied some of these things are. Nature, meeting new people, breathing differently, and in breathing differently, getting different inspirations. Using things like journals, cameras. There's a range of things. It doesn't need to be an object. It can be a person. It can be an exercise. It can be an action. It doesn't matter. All of it goes into a resiliency toolkit. Here's another example. The Merrill Lynch Optimal Practice Model, a program that we did over 3 years to take advisors, already successful advisors, and move their performance even higher. It's one of my proudest examples in my career. Working with other people, over 3 years we took a ton of actions, stuff I can use to put into my resiliency toolkit. I showed my authentic self. I let people really know me. I didn't try to be someone I really wasn't. In many cases, I didn't have the answers. I needed to rely on experts to make the program as robust as possible. In some cases, it's things that I don't do that go into my resiliency toolkit. Example of this is pacing myself. All this goes into my resiliency toolkit. Take your wins, detail them out, and put that stuff in your resiliency toolkit. I've taken another crack at it here. I've taken each win and provided you with an example from my resiliency toolkit. As I said earlier, sometimes it's a thing, sometimes it's an experience, sometimes it's a talent, sometimes it's somebody else, or sometimes it's an action I'm taking. It doesn't really matter. All these things go into my toolkit. Now what I'll do is I've bolded some of these and underlined them, and I will show you now how I'm using these tools to get through the current coronavirus crisis. Like I asked you to do for homework, I'm contacting people. I'm giving them thanks, reconnecting with them, seeing how they're doing. As I get stuck, I move and I change positions around my apartment, or I go outside for short periods. I go for a run. I check out Central Park. I go to the store. These explorations help to inspire me in different ways and give me different ideas. I write these ideas down. Some of these ideas are great. Some of them are terrible. But I take the great ones and I begin to test them and work on them. This is an example of one of them. A video series. I also did a research study. These things are things I'm slightly or greatly afraid of putting out there. I don't know what the reaction is going to be, so it's a big risk on my part. Sometimes it doesn't work, I've tried to shoot this video thousands of times, or hundreds of times at least. It seems like thousands. Down here are some examples of stuff that's on the cutting room floor, all down here, stuff that didn't work. And the reason for that is I was trying to take a corporate idea and address an individual problem. And as I said earlier, as opposed to going for a specific goal, we're going on a journey like Lewis and Clark. We're not exactly sure where we're going. But we have our tools, we have our experience, our wins, our network. All that stuff allows us to move forward. I modified it, I made changes, and I'm putting it out there. These are just examples of what you can do to take wins from your past, detail, put it in your toolkit, use it, and move forward beyond this crisis. So how are you doing? Refer back to your wins. Reconnect to the people who are connected to those wins. See what they're doing and see if they can help you push you forward. Reapply your toolkit. Stuff that worked before in the past. Make sure you use it again. Right now I feel like I'm at the top of the mountain. Over the past 3 episodes, I've taken steps to move myself closer to the edge. But we did all the legwork years ago in creating these wins, relying on people, and using our tools. We just have to put them on our backpack and go for it. Now we're at the top of the hill looking down. It's a double black diamond run and we're scared. But we gotta go for it because there's no other way out. We're gonna go down there. We're gonna be successful. It's gonna be hard. We're gonna have to work. We're gonna have to use the resources available to us. But we'll get down there. And when we do, we'll get down there and we'll say, wow, that was tough. I don't know if I want to do that again, but I'm glad we made it. And thanks to you, and thanks to me, we did it. We'll give each other a high five, and we'll move on. So let me know how this is impacting you. Thank you for joining me and going through all these 3 episodes with me. I had a ton of fun putting them together. Reach out to me, ask me questions, tell me how this is impacting you, and share this with others. I hope to have additional episodes. In the meantime, be strong, be safe, and let's bring home a lot of wins. Thank you.